Okay, so welcome Elaine officially to the Art of Letting Go live session. And so let's jump straight into today's text reading. What about an hour? So let's do that, shall we? We're live on YouTube. Yes, we are. Okay. Saying we're live on YouTube. Okay. Seems like we're live. So let me share my screen. Let's go there. So this one is called God's Witnesses. Section 3 of chapter 29. So do you want to read that, Elaine? Shall I read it in the original? You read an alternative? Should we do that?
Yeah.
So condemn your Savior not because he thinks he has a body.
I need that bigger, I pinch it out, but it always seems to revert back. Are you able to make it a little bit bigger because it's very small?
Yeah, can make it bigger. Zoom to 150%. Okay. So better?
Yeah. Right. Condemn your Savior not because he thinks he is a body. Oh.
Yeah, I just read that. So then you read the alternative.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I will not condemn my companions because they think they are a body.
Well, beyond his dreams is his reality.
Does it? Or their reality?
Just translate. Just read an alternative.
Okay. Simpler. For their reality is beyond their dreams. But before they can remember what they are, they must first learn that they are awakeners. And anyone who wants to be free must free others. Their happiness depends on me. For who are the awakeners except the ones who help others awaken? In this way, they learn that awakening must be theirs to give. Unless
the original was salvation, yes? We just translated salvation, savior and salvation as awakener and awaken.
And so in this way, they learn that awakening must be theirs to give. Unless they give it, they will not know they have it. For giving is the proof of having. Only those who think that pure formless awareness of perfect love is lessened by their strength would fail to understand that this must be so. For who can give anything unless they have it already? And who can lose by giving what must be increased thereby? It's just talking about the awakeners and how they are free to give to others. And their happiness depends on that, really, with passing it on to others. And they learn that it's theirs to give.
Yeah, you must have it to give in order to give it.
Yeah.
Anyone who thinks that God or pure formless awareness of perfect love is lessened by their strength has failed to understand. As you give it, you strengthen it. Because you strengthen it in yourself. You're not giving away anything material. As you give love and peace and joy, you experience these more and more, and you strengthen them in your own mind. So giving is having, giving is receiving, rather than giving is losing. That's what the ego tells you, because the ego focuses on the physical, the material. So when you give something away and you've lost it. This is saying you give something away, you experience more of it. And we all know that when you give unconditionally and in a loving way, you feel that expanded sense of self. Nice feeling. We call it love. So the more you give it, the more you experience it, the more you have of it. It seems to be perfectly obvious, but obviously the ego is totally insane and upside down, so he has to point this out. All right, so let's go to the next one. So think you the Father lost himself when he created you?
Do I really think my source lost itself when it extended me?
Was he made weak because he shared his love?
Was it made weak because it shared its love?
Was he made incomplete by your perfection?
Was it made incomplete by my perfection?
Or are you the proof that he is perfect and complete?
Or am I the proof that it is perfect and complete?
Deny him not his witness in the dream his son prefers to his reality.
I will not deny perfect love its witness in the dream its extension prefers to its reality.
He must be savior from the dream he made, that he be free of it.
I must become an awakener from the dream I made, so that I can be free of it.
He must see someone else is not a body, one with him, without the world has built to keep apart all living things who know not that they live.
I just need to bring, yeah, that's it. I must perceive everyone as more than just a body and one with me without the wall the world has built to keep apart all sentient beings who do not know that they live. And from the top, do I really think my source lost itself when it extended me? Was it made weak because it shared its love? Was it made incomplete by my perfection? Or am I the proof that it is perfect and complete? I will not deny perfect love its witness in the dream its extension refers to its reality. I must become an awakener from the dream I made so that I can be free of it. I must perceive everyone as more than just a body and one with me without the wall the world has built to keep apart all sentient beings who do not know that they live.
Yeah, just read from number 6, because you went, I must become awakened from the dream I made, and I think you went back to the beginning of
Right.
that line. So I'm becoming awakened from the dream I made so that I can be free of it. Was the line.
I must become an awakener from the dream I made so that I can be free of it.
Yeah. Must perceive everyone as more than just a body. One with me without the world is built to keep apart all sentient beings who do not know that they live. Okay, so what's he saying? Summary of that.
Well, it's talking about the source. Do we really think the source lost itself when it extended us? And was it made weak because it shared its love? Or am I the proof that it's perfect and complete? So we don't deny this perfect love. And it's saying about, I must become the awakener from the dream I made so we can be free of it. So we perceive everyone as more than just a body and talking about the wall around us, to let that go.
All the world is built to keep apart all sentient beings. I must perceive beyond the body. Must do that. There must be an awakener from the dream if I'm going to awaken myself. I can't be someone who's negative and limited and trying to attack people and control them and manipulate them and keep them in the ego, and then also awaken myself. In the same way as the source gives freely to us, we must give freely to our companions. That's really what he's saying here, isn't it? Making the connection with our source and then saying, well, you do the same. You're not weakened by extending your love and peace and joy to others. You are in fact strengthened in the same way as your source is not weakened by extending itself to you. So the relationship between us and our brothers is a mirror of the relationship between us and our source. You see, if we deny our source and we cut ourselves off from that, then we feel weak and alone and deprived, and we can't help but behave that way towards our brothers, our companions. It's inevitable. So love the Lord. Jesus' two commandments were love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind, i.e., connect with your source completely, fully, wholly. But then the caveat was, but love your neighbor as yourself as well. You need to extend this into the dream. And the more you do that, the more you reinforce the love of God that you feel. Whereas if you just go, well, I love God, but I don't love my brothers, your mind is still split, you see. There's a contradiction. And I've actually seen that. Had a interaction with someone who's like, yeah, no, I love God, but I can't love you. It's like, well, that's you're missing the point of what God is. God is everyone and everything. Then you can't love God and not also love your companions. In fact, every sentient being, because it's one awareness. Okay, so is that clear?
Yeah.
And this is happening a lot. You see in the latter stages of this course of the text, saying you connect with God, and then you must extend it out to your brothers, to your companions in your relationships. Okay. Happy to go to number 3.
Yeah.
In the dream of bodies and of death is yet one theme of truth. No more perhaps than just a tiny spark, a space of light created in the dark where God still shines.
There is still one theme of truth within the dream of bodies and death, no more perhaps than just a tiny spark, a space of pure formless awareness extended within the limited awareness of the world, where pure formless awareness of perfect love will extend.
Well, God's so this God, this awareness is still here. You cannot wake yourself.
I cannot awaken myself.
Yet you can let yourself be awakened.
Yet I can let myself be awakened.
You can overlook your brother's dreams.
I can overlook my companion's dreams.
So perfectly can you forgive him his illusions. He becomes your savior from your dreams.
I can let go so perfectly of their illusions that they become my awakener from my dreams.
And as you see him shining in the space of light, When God abides within the darkness, you will see that God himself is where his body is.
And as I perceive them shining in the space of pure formless awareness, where pure formless awareness of perfect love lives within my limited awareness. I just need that to be moved up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I will understand that pure formless awareness of perfect love itself is where their bodies are.
Yeah. As you see him shining in the space of light, and God abides within the darkness, you'll see that God himself is where his body is. So this awareness is the truth. And interesting, so my son said he was asked to draw God in class.
Mm.
So the exercise. You know what he did?
Mm.
Very impressed. He just left the page blank.
I just thought that's probably what I would do. Yes.
And the teacher was like, "What are you doing?" No, he says, "I'm finished." And she was like, "What? Well, what's that?" Because we've taught him that God is formless. There's no, you can't actually draw what is formless. So the instruction is by definition confusing if you really understand the nature of God, because you can't draw what has no form. It can't really be depicted.
So he's learning a lot.
You put an image to it. You know, you put an image, you make it finite. That's not God anymore. You've lost the meaning of God.
Very good. You'll have been
Yeah,
proud of
well,
him. Proud of him.
something's rubbed off.
Well, you
I'm
know,
like, okay.
that's well, now that I'm into this learning, that's probably what I would have done as well.
Well, what else can you do? Yeah, just leave the
Yeah.
page blank. Say, well, that's the closest you're gonna get. Because it's the screen. It's the white space. That's
Yeah.
what God is. God is form. God is not a body. You know, the idea that God can be depicted as a body, you know, an old man in the sky with gray. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You can't do
I
that.
know. Yes.
But that's how, that's how it was done on the Sistine Chapel and so on. Because, well, I guess if you painting, by definition, you have to have an image. You could, I suppose, draw some kind of formless sky or something, but then that's not going to be make as good a painting. But as soon as this is the problem. As soon as you try and create an image of it, you've missed the point. As soon as you try and describe it in words, again, you've missed the point because it's not the words, it's not in the language or the images. Those can maybe point you in the right direction, but in the end, it's just going into that space in your own mind and just experiencing that. Well, God is in this empty space. And this is what he's pointing to with his words. So before this light, the body disappears as heavy shadows must give way to light.
Before this awareness, the body disappears as heavy shadows must give way to light.
Darkness cannot choose that it remain.
My negative awareness cannot, my negative awareness cannot choose that it remain.
Change that for it to remain. So he's saying that's not really a possibility. The coming of the light means it is gone.
The coming of pure formless awareness into my awareness means that it is gone.
Yeah, so one replaces the other. And think about in the world, whenever light comes, where does darkness go? It
Disappears.
disappears. Yeah. So it couldn't have been real. Darkness can disappear that easily. How could the darkness have been real? It was only an absence of light. The darkness has no positive quality of its own. You see, it's only an absence of something that is positive.
Yeah.
So darkness in spiritual terms is an absence of pure formless awareness. It has no positive quality of its own. It's defined by the absence of. So by definition, then the ego is lacking and limited from its very foundation, you see, from the definition of it. Because it's defined as the absence of light, appearing to be something tangible and real and solid, but not, which is why all of it is illusory. And it's why it can be so easily undone, because you just shine the light and where's the darkness? It's gone instantly. And no amount of darkness can put out one light.
Mm,
Go
true.
into an absolutely pitch black room, you bring one light in there and the candle shines, or the torch shines, whatever. And the darkness can't put it out. And wherever the light is, the darkness goes. The darkness is dissipated because it's
Mm,
just the absence of, the positive quality of light. So spiritually, that's the same thing. So the coming of light means it is gone because the one denies the other. In glory, will you see your brother then and understand what really fills the gap so long perceived as keeping you apart?
I will perceive my companions in the magnificence then and understand what really fills the gap that I have perceived keeps us apart for so long.
There in its place, God's witness has set forth the gentle way of kindness to God's Son.
There in its place, perfect love's witness has set forth the gentle way of kindness to perfect love's extension.
Maybe just to replace it would be set forth the way of kindness to perfect love's extension to replace it. So replace loving kindness, which is why in most spiritual teachings, think of Buddhist teaching, they talk about loving kindness. It's a big thing because whenever you're kind and you extend love, it replaces the darkness. The projection, the darkness wants to project out in the same way as the light wants to extend out. Whom you forgive is given power to forgive you your illusions.
Whoever's mistakes I let go of must then have the power to free me of my illusions.
Yeah, so if someone makes a mistake and I condemn them and judge them, then my own illusions are kept intact. But if I let go of that condemnation, then I'm free. So by your gift of freedom is it given unto you.
Freedom is given to me through my gift of freedom.
Okay, from the top, quite a long one, this one.
There is still one theme of truth within the dream of bodies and death, no more. Perhaps then just a tiny spark, a space of pure formless awareness extended within the limited awareness of the world, where pure formless awareness of perfect love still extends. I cannot awaken myself, yet I can let myself be awakened. I can overlook my companion's dreams. I can let go perfectly of their illusions, and they become my awakener from my dreams. And as I perceive them shining in the space of pure formless awareness, where pure formless awareness of perfect love lives within my limited awareness, I will understand that pure formless awareness of perfect love itself is where their bodies are. Before this awareness, the body disappears, as heavy shadows must give way to light. My negative awareness cannot choose for it to remain. The coming of pure formless awareness into my awareness means that it is gone. I will perceive my companions in their magnificence then and understand what really fills the gap that I have perceived keeps us apart for so long. Perfect love's witness has set forth the gentle way of kindness to perfect love's extension to replace it. Whoever's mistakes I let go of must therefore have the power to free me from my illusions. Freedom is given to me through my gift of freedom. I suppose, yes.
Mm.
The last sentence says it all, really.
Yeah.
Just through our awakening, we pass it on to others. And through that, we are all free.
Yeah, it's completely logical. The more you give freedom, the more free you'll feel. And the more you try and enslave others, the less free you feel. And you feel, people who control and manipulate, and they're not free. They're not giving freedom. They're giving bondage. So how can you be free if you keep giving, giving bondage? In the same way, when you give guilt to someone in the form of blame, you're saying, well, this is what I'm confirming in my own mind. I can't give what I don't have. So if I keep projecting my guilt out onto you in the form of blame and attack, then I'm saying that I must have a lot of it to give, and I'm reinforcing the guilt. So whatever you give, you reinforce in yourself, which is why you must extend or project out either love or fear, but you're going to do one or the other. There's no choice. You are going to project or extend with your mind, because that's the nature of the mind. It does that. So you've got to choose which one you're going to engage in, and they're mutually exclusive and contradictory. You can't do both. Can't attack someone and then love them at the same time, can you? Because, I mean, you can see very clearly from how this world works that that's not possible. Imagine, you're going to love someone, give them a hug, and then they pull out a knife and they stab you to death.
Mm.
Totally contradictory. It's like, well, you can't reconcile those at all.
Mm.
Now, most people don't pull out a knife and try and stab someone to death. It does happen, but they in their mind they might be going, well, I'm going to attack you. So they say something. Maybe they do something as well. They say something to express their attack. That's how it plays out in so-called civilized society, but it's the same intent. Intent is murder. Well, you can't murder someone and love them at the same time. Evidently, those are, mutually exclusive and contradictory. Okay, so what's he saying here in summary?
We're just letting go of these illusions and to awaken from the dream. So we see the shining in the space of pure formless awareness and shine it into our limited awareness. And this is where the limited awareness is in the bodies. Before this awareness, the body does disappear as heavy shadows and gives way to the light. So the negative awareness cannot remain. And the coming of the pure formless awareness into my awareness means that it's gone. Oh, it's nice.
I think the key point here is that it needs to be extended. Perfect Love's witness has set forth a gentle way of kindness to perfect love's extension to replace it. So this idea of loving kindness, compassion, which is in all the great spiritual teachings, is essential if you're going to extend this loving awareness outwards, and you're going to confirm in your mind that it must be true through the extending of it outwards. So freedom is given to me through my gift of freedom, summarized. I give love and peace and joy, and I claim them for myself when I do that, and that's in those states lies my true freedom. Okay. Any other thoughts on that? Good meaty paragraph. We'll go to number 4. Two more to go. Okay, so make way for love, which you did not create, but which you can extend.
I make way for love, which I did not create, but which I can extend.
On earth, this means I let go of my, so on earth, this means forgive your brother that the darkness may be lifted from your mind.
On earth, this means I let go of my illusions about my companions, so that my limited awareness may be lifted from my mind.
When light has come to him through your forgiveness, he will not forget his Savior, leaving him unsaved.
When pure formless awareness has come to them through my letting go, they will not forget their awakener and leave me unawakened.
For it was in your face he saw the light that he would keep beside him as he walks through darkness to the everlasting light.
For they saw the pure formless awareness that they want to keep beside them in my face as they walk.
Right.
They walk through limited, temporary awareness to the everlasting, pure formless awareness of perfect love. And from the top, I make way for love, for which I did not create, but which I can extend. On earth, this means I let go of my illusions about my companions, so that my limited awareness may be lifted from my mind. When pure formless awareness has come to them through my letting go, they will not forget their awakener and leave me unawakened. For they saw the pure formless awareness that they want to keep beside them in my face as they walk through limited, temporary awareness to the everlasting, pure formless awareness of perfect love.
Okay. Thoughts on that? Summarize what's he saying in that
Well, we're
paragraph.
just heading towards this love, which we can extend. So this means to let go of all our illusions about our companions, so that their limited awareness may be lifted from their minds or from my mind. So when this pure formless awareness has come to them through my letting go, then they will not forget their awakener and leave me unawakened. So it's just a two-way thing. We can't awaken without awakening them. Oh, yeah.
The more we awaken others, the more we wake up ourselves.
Mm.
Teach what you need to learn. That's why you're always teaching yourself. Teacher teaches thyself.
Mm.
I'll certainly acknowledge, in my own journey, that the teaching of the course has been a big part of learning it.
Mm.
If you teach it, I guess, well, you have to learn it as well, and you have to understand it on a deeper level. So, give it to receive it, really, is the message. Makes complete sense, and I don't know why we have never cottoned onto this, but we know this is the ego doing its insane thing, trying to convince us that projecting guilt as fear and anger and attack is a better idea than extending love. Evidently insane, but
Very.
back to the argument. Just I did a session with John. We looked at the attraction of guilt and the attraction of pain and death. Those sections in chapter 19. So the ego makes these things seem to be attractive when they're not at all. And the course is a very blunt teaching. He's telling us very clearly that these things are not going to be helpful and they're not going to work. But you've got to let them go. Not a little bit, but you've got to let them go entirely. You've got to drop all of them. Which is why it's called radical forgiveness. Okay. So happy to go on to number 5, last paragraph.
Yep.
Of this section. So how holy are you that the Son of God can be your savior in the midst of dreams of desolation and disaster?
How innocent I am, that the extension of perfect love can be my awakener in the midst of dreams of desolation and disaster.
Actually, that sounded better. Let's make it am I am. How innocent I am. How innocent am I? Now, the extension of perfect love can be my awakening midst of dreams of desolation and disaster. See how eagerly he comes and steps aside from heavy shadows that have hidden him and shines on you in gratitude and love.
I see how eagerly my awakeners come and step aside from my oppressive belief that have hidden their essence to shine on me in gratitude and love.
He is himself, but not himself alone.
They are themselves, but not themselves alone.
And as his Father lost not part of him in your creation, so the light in him is brighter still because you gave your light to him to save him from the dark.
Yeah. And as their source did not lose part of its extension in my extension, so the pure formless awareness in them is stronger still because I gave my pure formless awareness to them to free them from their negative awareness.
And now the light in you must be as bright as shines in him.
And now the pure formless awareness in me must be as radiant as it shines in them.
And let's make that as strong, maybe as strong as it is in them. This is the spark that shines within the dream, that you can help him awaken, and be sure his waking eyes will rest on you.
This is the spark that shines within the dream so that I can help my companions awaken and be sure that their waking eyes will rest to me.
Will rest on me. With glad salvation, you are saved.
And I am freed in their glad awakening.
Okay, from the top in the alternative, kindly.
How innocent am I, and the extension of perfect love can be my awakener in the midst of dreams of desolation and disaster. I see how eagerly my awakeners come and step aside from oppressive beliefs that have hidden their essence to shine on me in gratitude and love. They are themselves, but not themselves alone. And as their source did not lose part of its extension in my extension, so the pure formless awareness is awareness in them is stronger still because I gave my pure formless awareness to them to free them from their negative awareness. And now the pure formless awareness in me must be as strong as it is in them. This is the spark that shines within the dream so that I can help my companions awaken and be sure their waking eyes will rest on me. And I am freed in just their, I am freed in their glad awakening.
Happy. Awakening. Okay, so what's he saying there? Much the same. Summarize that.
Yeah, just showing our innocence by extending this perfect love to our companions rather than this disaster of a dream that we're living in. And we eagerly awaken our So, sorry, it's my awakeners come and step aside. Just extension. Well, it's just saying that it's now our pure formless awareness rather than our limited awareness is stronger than what it was before. The spark will shine into the dream so that it'll help the companions awaken. This is when we're freed in the happy awakening.
Yeah, it's all a good message. And all of this happens, you know, the rubber meets the road in your attitude to your companions. Do you give them freedom or do you give them bondage? If you attack them, you criticize them, you condemn them, then you give them bondage and you give yourself bondage. And if you extend love and peace and joy and happiness, then you free them and you free yourself. It's so simple. So why doesn't everyone do it? That's the question.
The ego is so strong, isn't it? It's predominant.
Because the ego tells you, oh no, that's not a good thing to do, because then your personal identity is threatened. The ego says maintain your personal identity at all costs, even if it means being nasty and unkind and hurt others and yourself. Doesn't matter. The separate self is supreme. You must maintain that at all costs. And the cost is high.
Yes.
It costs you your peace, your joy, your happiness, ultimately your life. The ego kills you in the end. It costs you everything. And yet still we cherish this false identity. And we'd rather hold on to that and be miserable and unhappy and spread misery and unhappiness and let it go and be the light of the world and extend our true self and all the love and peace and joy that it has to offer to everyone, freely and generously to everyone we interact with. Surely, you know, that's a better choice. Which of course it is if you understand.
You understand it, but you also, because you can understand it, but you do really need to practice it, you know, diligently. That's the thing.
And this course is saying the more you practice it, the more you'll understand it. So you don't have full understanding when you start.
No.
Because otherwise you wouldn't need the course. Full understanding would mean, well, I'm already enlightened, and there's nothing to practice, there's nothing to learn. No, you do need to practice and learn. And the more you practice this, the more you practice letting go and be allowing the Holy Spirit to guide you in all your thoughts, words, and actions, the more that your understanding grows. And you start to understand from your experiential understanding. Yeah, this works. I can understand now. It's not just a theory or concept that, you know, really as you give, you receive. If I give love and peace and joy, then I feel a lot better about myself. So I receive them back instantly. Okay, I start to understand that, not just as a concept in a book or, you know, the golden rule, do unto others as you have them do unto you. It actually makes sense experientially because I've experienced the effect of it both ways. And so it's a practice, which is why the course, you know, the theory comes, but it's applying these teachings in our practical daily life. So how would you apply this lesson? You would apply it by being loving and kind to your companions. And let's summarize it, just to summarize it and encapsulate it, shall we? So it's a nice summary, if you can read that.
Yeah. Are we doing one paragraph each?
Can do if you want.
Yes, please.
Okay. Do you want to read the first one?
Yep. My companions and I are not merely bodies, because our true reality transcends our physical form and limited awareness. I recognize my role as an awakener, implying that as I assist others in their spiritual awakening, I too will awaken and be forever happy. Live happily ever after.
Yeah. She's saying that very simply. Just be what you extend, give what you want to be. If you want to wake up, then give awakening to others. It's kind of logical. As you give, you receive. This is because giving is a testament to having. So as I give, I'm saying, well, I must have it to give. It's logical, yeah? I can't give you something I don't have already. That's why giving of guilt in any form, if it's attack thoughts, anger, in any form, projects it out, blame, accusation, blame, complaint, all of that, it really just reinforces the guilt because you're giving the guilt that you think you have. So it doesn't get rid of it as the ego tells you. It's actually reinforcing it because giving is a testament to having. The extension of perfect love cannot diminish it in any way. It only adds to and completes it. In the same way, if I give the pure formless awareness of perfect love to others, this helps me as well as them to awaken. Okay, next one. So yeah, just saying all the same, giving is receiving, and reinforcing that. So the more I give pure formless awareness of perfect love, the more I experience it, so the more I have it, and that helps me to awaken. Okay, next one.
And so I learn that letting go of my companion's illusions helps me awaken from my dreams, bringing a shared realization of our shared pure formless awareness of perfect love. In this shared awakening in which we look past bodily form to the pure formless awareness that it is the essence of every person and living being, there is a mutual awakening and a radiant increase in collective awareness. It's just saying that once we let go of our companion's illusions, it'll help us awaken from the dreams from this and realize our shared pure formless awareness of perfect love. And so in this shared awakening, we look past the physical form to the pure formless awareness, which is the essence of all of us, every single living being.
Yeah. So the more people go into that awareness, the more it gets accentuated, emphasized, increased in our collective awareness. And if a lot of people start to go into that awareness, it fundamentally changes groups, societies, everything it transforms and changes. The counterforce to that is the ego saying, no, don't do any of this. Just stay in your little box of unawakened awareness and keep believing you're a separate self, doomed to suffer and die, and you try and get what you can through the body in that separate self. That's the ego's alternative to awakening in true awareness. So seems to be obvious which one you should choose, but we have to remind ourselves of that choice between them constantly.
Yes.
Okay, so consequently, as my companions awaken and give their understanding to me, we find that we all awaken, which confirms our true unity in the state of formless awareness in everyone's minds. Okay, thoughts on that?
So when our companions awaken and they give the understanding, then we'll awaken. So then it confirms our true unity in this state of pure formless awareness in everyone's minds, that we, all of us, have it. All beings, sentient beings.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then just the key message.
I recognize our inherent pure formless awareness beyond physicality and engage in mutual spiritual awakening with my companions through giving love and letting go of my illusions about them to accept our shared reality. I wonder how I could see. Oops. I can't. No, I can't see it because your picture's hiding it.
Okay. It's come out differently on your phone.
Now where's it gone? Just a second. Ah, there we go. That's better. So, I recognize my inherent pure formless awareness beyond physicality and engage in mutual spiritual awakening with my companions through giving love and letting go of my illusions about them to accept our shared reality, our collective awakening reflecting the undiminished, complete source, magnifies our shared pure formless awareness of perfect love, awakening all of us into the eternal state of pure formless awareness, which is heaven.
Yeah.
We're just saying that we all, beyond the physicality, we are inherently are pure formless awareness, and we're in this spiritual awakening together, given love by kind and letting go of all the illusions and accepting our shared reality, our collective awakening, just magnifying our shared pure formless awareness, perfect love, awakening us into the eternal state of pure formless awareness that is heaven.
Yeah, simple, straightforward, makes so much sense. Just becomes an ongoing practice. So by being kind, by being loving, by being generous, by being grateful, this is how it works in practice. You practice it in your relationships with others. If you're being loving and kind and helpful to someone, then you're part of the awakening. And if you're condemning and criticizing and attacking and judging them, then you're part of the crucifixion. It's as simple as that. In that moment, that's what you're choosing. So it's saying, well, choose wisely, choose knowing that it's not, it's a choice that you're making for yourself and for everyone. If you choose to be angry and attack, judge and condemn, then you're choosing that reality for yourself and for everyone, i.e. you're condemning everyone to hell. This is not smart to do that. Ego tells you in the moment, oh, no, this is good because it's going to get your guilt out. And now you're going to get rid of your guilt by projecting onto the other person. So you'll be free and they will be the one who's going to be punished for their imagined sin. But actually, you've just perpetuated the ego. You've given the guilt that you think you have in your own mind. You've reinforced it. And then you will be crucified as a result. Yeah. So let's just send a quick message there. So all right. So shall we probably got time, 5 minutes to do the lesson. It's a very short lesson. Happy with the text?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, very helpful.
Okay.
Always the reminder.
Yeah. Okay, so this is lesson 240. Fear is not justified in any form. Very simple idea, very simple lesson, really. So just read two very short paragraphs.
In the alternatives.
Yeah, read an alternative.
Fear is deception. It seems to prove that I have conceived of myself as I could never be, and therefore perceive a world which is impossible. Not one thing in this world is true. It does not matter what the form in which it appears seems to be. It witnesses only to my own illusion of myself. Let me not be deceived today. I am the extension of perfect love. There is no fear in me, for I am part of love itself, along with all my companions.
Okay, thoughts on that?
Well, it's nice to know that this fear is just not, it's a deception, it's not true. Nothing matters in this world.
Yeah, what you fear is illusory. And fear, remember, is just a projection of guilt. You only fear because you feel guilty of this imagined crime of destroying God, when in fact that's not possible. So what are you fearing? It's not, there's nothing to fear. In this world, there seems to be a lot to fear, but that's just the illusion. Really, whenever you fear, you're saying, I'm guilty and I deserve to be punished. So let's say, don't be deceived today. I will not be deceived today. I'm an extension of perfect love. There is no fear in me, for I am part of love itself, along with all my companions. So fear and love are mutually irreconcilable. You can't be fearing and feeling guilty and punishment and attack and all of that ego thought system, and also be in this loving awareness. The two contradict each other. Okay, and then there's just a short prayer, so read that. How foolish I'll read the original, you read the alternative. How foolish are your fears?
How foolish are my fears?
Would you allow your son to suffer?
Would you allow your extension to suffer?
And give us faith today to recognize your son and set him free.
Give me faith today to recognize your extension and let myself free.
Set myself free.
Yeah. So set myself free.
Let us forgive him in your name, that we may understand his holiness and feel the love for him, which is your own as well.
Help me to let go through the identity you have given me, so that I may experience its pure formless awareness of perfect love and feel the love for myself and everyone that is your own as well.
Okay, and from the top.
How foolish are my fears? Would you allow your extension to suffer? Give me faith today to recognize your extension and set myself free. Help me to let go through the identity you have given me, so that I may experience its pure formless awareness of perfect love and feel the love for myself and everyone that is your own as well.
Oh. So it's a prayer, it's an affirmation saying, I don't want to fear anymore. I'm reminding myself of love. Very simple. Of course, it's not rocket science. It's not really difficult. It's just to apply it consistently, to be loving and kind and in this expansive awareness without fear, when the world is designed to engender fear, is the challenge. You've got all these triggers that are trying to pull you into fear, and you must resist them. That resistance process we call forgiveness, or letting go. You must let go of the triggers and whatever they stimulate in your mind, and return your mind to this fearless, pure, formless awareness of perfect love, no matter what seems to be happening in your dream. That's all you have to do.
Well, yeah, I shall do my best.
Be practicing. Yeah, well, that is all he's asking us to do. So just do your best. Just be willing to do your best, and keep practicing this and keep learning it. And eventually you'll succeed. You can't fail, because it is the truth. So just carry on.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Well, on that note, shall we wrap it up there, Elaine? I will send, if you want to do a meditation, I did send some this morning, but I'll send another one
Oh,
from
okay.
recording. You can just listen to that.
Yeah.
And tomorrow evening, I thought I'd do a session tomorrow evening. So if you want to join
Oh, good.
tomorrow,
Yep. That's great.
yeah, good. Yeah.
See
Okay.
you
See
tomorrow
you tomorrow.
evening. Bye,
Okay.
John. Bye. Namaste.
Namaste. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so that's a wrap for today. Thank you to Elaine for joining. If you enjoyed the session, a couple of things you can do. Subscribe to the channel. You'll be notified whenever I go live, which is 3 or 4 times a week. So that's going to be happening next year. So yeah, sign up to the channel to watch the space. You'll be notified whenever I go live and be able to catch the recordings. You can also go to lifebuild.com. See in the background of the video, just type in lifebuild and then .com, or click the link below this video in the comments box, and you can sign up to our Telegram group and receive a daily inspirational quote, your mind training lesson with an alternative language that you saw in this session, notifications about these live sessions, and other resources like movies, songs, videos, and things to help you to learn this profound teaching and awaken yourself. So take the next step, go to lifebuild.com, do your thing. Look forward to seeing you on the inside of the group. It's a Telegram group, so you want to download Telegram, and then you can from there give you access to these live sessions, so you can join the live calls via Zoom. All right, so hope to see you in the Zoom room soon. Wishing you much love, peace, and joy in the meantime. Namaste, which means the true self in me honors that same true self in you. Bye for now.